we are starting a new show called Time For.
We're technically gonna make desserts, full meals, breakfast, stuff like that.
Because what I always say when I call them to the table, I go, time for dinner,
Yeah.
time for breakfast, time for lunch, time for dessert. So that makes sense. So every time we'll do a different thing, it'll be time for something. So tonight it is time for dessert. So we're gonna make
Chocolate cookies.
This is a great way for kids to get involved in the kitchen. First thing we need to talk about are the ingredients.
Okay, so the first ingredient is 2 large eggs.
Alright. Let's show them
2 large eggs.
eggs. Oh, I've got my Vanna White here.
2 tablespoons of butter. And we are going to
butter.
melt that
Kind of butter?
unsalted.
And
Because
why?
in the recipe it asks for just a little pinch of salt, and it just doesn't need more salt technically, so we just put unsalted butter.
Correct, because you don't need to use salted butter when there's salt in the recipe ingredients, and this recipe does call for salt.
Do you know why? Why you can't put unsalted?
It would just make, if you put, let's say you put unsalted butter and didn't add salt into the recipe, it's going to taste not salty enough. If you put salted butter and salt, it would be too salty. So it's an either or kind of thing. Either it's unsalted butter plus salt, or it's salted butter, no salt. So if you ever get confused when you're looking at a recipe and you can't figure out if you're supposed to use salted or unsalted, check the recipe
for salt.
and
If
see if
there's
it says salt.
Unsalted, no salt.
So the butter is
Melted.
Okay, next ingredient.
The next ingredient is 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. The next ingredient is 1 cup of sugar. The next ingredient is a pinch of salt.
Alright, that's my salt right there. That's my salt.
The next ingredient is 1 cup of plain all-purpose flour. The last thing is 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Baking powder. Okay.
You have to preheat your oven to 350 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So the next thing we have to do is break the eggs into the bowl.
Does Simon do that?
The big one and the small one.
The big one. I know you do.
He's going to show first, Simon. Do it so they can see. We have to crack it with a nice little crack, and then open and drop the egg in.
Good job.
The next thing we have to do is add the melted butter, cocoa, sugar, and salt, and combine them.
And what I usually like to do is I measure everything out before we start, but we're still learning, so.
Yeah. With the cocoa, we need 1/4 of a cup.
Okay. We don't have enough, so we need to go get the other one. No, not that one.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Here we go. We're about to argue. Sure. Get it, Millie. I'll wait. Look at what it says.
Okay.
Dark chocolate.
The next thing is the sugar, and there's 1 cup of sugar.
Okay. Cup of flour.
Yeah, 1 cup plain sifted flour.
Okay. Okay, we're going to sift the flour.
Sifted.
So I'm going to get a cup of flour. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in and Millie's going to sift it. What does it mean to sift, Millie?
It means to get all of the.
Now covered in flour.
It means to get all of the big chunks
Alright,
out.
so to sift flour, you just tap it, 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 tap it. Try to keep it in the bowl. This is so fun.
Now we're
1
going
teaspoon?
to put 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay, so add your stuff.
Add this.
Okay, Simon, you can add sugar. Okay. Add your sugar. Good. Millie, you add the butter. We're just combining it.
Yeah, to make it kind of look like a chocolatey
Obviously, when kids are in the kitchen, you have to supervise when they use any sort of electrical appliances, which is what we're doing. Don't lift it. Leave it down. It'll suck it all in. Just make sure you're moving your beaters around. And moving the bowl. That's good. Spin the bowl.
How many chocolates on?
Oh, I forgot salt. Ah, forgot salt. It's okay.
So a little pinch.
Pinch of salt. Pinch. This is so gooey. It's not cookie-like at all. Let's try another one. This is going to make way more than 12 cookies.
Yeah. It says it makes 12, but it might not actually make that 12. It might make like 15 or 17 or 20 or something. So we might have extras while doing this.
Okay, now we're going to put them in.
And make another
How long do they
batch.
cook, Millie?
They cook for 15 minutes. 20.
Which one is it?
20.
Let me see that.
It says 20, but in the writing it says 15.
It says 15 to 20. Somewhere in there, so we're going to do 17.
So
Now we wait.
We wait.
That's it.
Yay.
Okay, beeping. That means it's done. And guess what? They actually do look like cookies. So, goodness, yay.
Cookies! Look at that! We made cookies.
Yeah.
Perfect cookies.
Cookies, look, they're very round, too, which is nice. First of all, they came out like
perfect.
really round, which is impressive. They got a lot of holes in them, so they're kind of airy.
Smells chocolatey.
Simon, do you want
Looks chocolatey.
do it? Come here.
I think it tastes chocolatey also.
Okay, so now we're going to do a taste test. We've already looked at them. Showed what they look like. They look very good. Okay, so now let's taste them and see how they are. Ready to go.
Crunchy. And hard. Look good.
They came out really pretty.
But really, really hard.
They're really crispy.
Maybe milk will do it. Put in some milk. Toughen it up.
Yeah, maybe. They're not bad. They're just, they're not great.
I'm gonna dip one.
Yeah, let's just dunk it.
Let's see what happens when you dunk a cookie.
I haven't dunked a cookie in years.
A little bit better.
A little bit. So, thank you for watching. You like what we did?
Please subscribe and comment some maybe new recipes we could try.
Yeah, give us in the comments some recipes you'd like to see us make. And hopefully you'll subscribe and we'll keep making more. But for right now, it's time for dessert. See ya.
Bye.